Returning to work after loss. Practical steps for dealing with grief in the workplace. Returning to work after losing a loved one can feel like staring at a mountain with no clear path forward. Grief doesn't follow a schedule, and the idea of balancing professional responsibilities with personal pain can be overwhelming. For many, the instinct is to slip back into work quietly, avoiding conversations or vulnerability. But avoiding grief entirely doesn't work that way. The emotions will surface often at the least convenient moments. Today, we're diving into how to navigate this challenging transition with practical steps and lessons from my own personal experience after the loss of our daughter Billie. When we lost Billie, I worked at a company dedicated to creating once-in-a-lifetime experiences for kids. My role was directly involved in supporting families as they prepared for these special events, these special moments. Returning to that job, it felt impossible for me. I was still drowning in sorrow, and I didn't know how to manage my grief. Facing conversations with parents and children seemed unbearable and far beyond my emotional capacity. But I knew that I couldn't avoid work forever. So I took a proactive approach. I sat down with my manager and I outlined a return to work plan. We agreed I'd start with administrative tasks instead of engaging directly with clients. This gave me space to adjust, regain my footing, and find a sense of control. Having that plan in place, it made it all the difference. But even with a plan, I wasn't prepared for how differently people reacted to Billie's loss. When someone loses an older family member or a friend, colleagues usually acknowledge that loss, offering condolences or sharing stories. But baby loss? It's different. Most people avoided the topic altogether. It wasn't that they didn't care. It was that they were uncomfortable. They didn't know what to say, and they were worried that saying the wrong thing would make it even worse. That is why preparation matters. If you're grieving and returning to work, here are the steps that helped me and might help you. Before your first day back, first, schedule a meeting with your manager. Discuss your return to work plan. Start with less emotionally demanding tasks if needed. And set boundaries for what you're comfortable discussing. Second, confide in a trusted colleague. Reach out to someone you trust and let them know how you're feeling. Give them an idea of your mindset and ask them if they can support you during those early days. And third, decide on team communication. Do you want your loss acknowledged openly, or would you prefer privacy? Communicate this to your manager or HR. On your first day back, be kind to yourself. Take a moment before starting your day to check in with your emotions. Give yourself permission to feel however you need to. Set realistic expectations. Don't pressure yourself to have a perfect first day. Let the day unfold naturally. As Mel Robbins says, let them. You can't control how others react, but you can control how you respond. And finally, engage at your own pace. Share as much or as little as you feel comfortable. There's no right way or wrong way to handle these conversations. Moving forward, in the workplace, seek support networks. Many workplaces offer employee assistance programs, EAPs. Consider grief counselling or support. It's okay to ask for help. Set boundaries. Be clear about what you're comfortable discussing. Give yourself grace. Some days will be super productive, others won't be. Grief isn't linear, so allow yourself the space to feel whatever comes up. Returning to work after a loss is never easy. With preparation, communication, and self-compassion, you can navigate this difficult transition. Grief is a process, not a task to complete. It's okay to carry it with you, to let it shape how you work and how you live. If this video resonated with you, or if someone in your life needs to hear it, please share. Please like and subscribe, and together we can make grief less of a taboo and more of a conversation. Grief isn't a roadblock, it's a journey. So let's walk it together.